Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tabletop Almanac. My name is Simon, and with me tonight, or this episode, depending on when you're watching it, I have two fantastic people here to play part 2, episode 2 of the Alien Lost Worlds campaign, or the Great Mother Mission, both of which are good names. I kind of like Great Mother Mission, but it's the Lost Worlds campaign. This comes from the book Building Better Worlds. I'll have them introduce themselves and who they're playing. And if you want a recap on what happened last time, you can watch a previous episode. But if you don't have all that time right now, a very quick way to bring you up to speed is that our protagonists are part of a multinational, multi-corporo-national endeavor from Earth to reunite with the lost colonies beyond the what do I call it? Beyond the no, in the far spinward colonies, beyond the something or other. I'll find out what it's called again. And they have gone out on their own, not, rogue, just their ship, the Solovetsky, has gone, Solovetsky Island, it's got a full name, has gone to a particular colony to check in on the, what happened to Gorham Colony KOI 2650.01, a mining colony. And there they have found that it is a deserted, dusty, windswept planet with only one occupied settlement, a small mining facility with only a few remaining colonists, 2 families, the Parks and the Marinos. And they're sort of, getting a feel for what's going on and who's who and how they all feel about each other. And where we left off, a great sandstorm was arising and heading in their direction. So, we will resume from there, but first, in no particular order, except that they are arranged this way on the screen. Please introduce yourself and who you're playing. Matt?
Hi, I'm Matt E. of Old Bones Publishing, and I'm playing Tanner Skull, an ex-Marine looking to start afresh in the far spinward colonies.
Excellent. And second, but by no means second in any capacity, Corbin.
I am Corbin, the Awkward GM. You can catch me up on YouTube at the Awkward GM Corbin. I am currently playing Wayland, the going up the ziggurat lickety-split officer second in command of the ship.
Excellent. And it's the 2 of them, Tan Blatchman, the ICC inspector, and Pilot Dudge, who are on the planet. Dudge and Blatchman are in the roamer landing vehicle, what you might call it. To weather out the storm, and the ship has actually taken off into orbit to avoid the storm entirely, because it could cause a lot of problems for a delicate piece of equipment like that. Okay, our PCs are currently split up. One of them has just been down getting the long data recorder from the colony. That would be Wayland O'Brien, who is with Morgan Parks, Millian Marino, and
There was another guy, but I think he was a Marino.
Yeah. I think it is. I think it's Danny Marino. I'm just double checking because it does. He is the one who has to be there. What? Why can't I easily find this? I should be able to, but it is the case. It is Danny Marino. And then up in the sort of comm center observation area Tanner is with Violet Parks, trying to get comms working again. The Solovetsky Island radioed the planet, but couldn't get a response. I believe they did tell you it was deliberate because they didn't know who you were.
Right.
Not that the comms weren't working, they just chose not to answer. Okay. And we are here, and the storm is coming. So, having already... Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Having already shipped off the ICC inspector, hoping that possibly he might get caught in the storm before making it to the 8x8. And I'll mention it now. I mentioned it to you guys beforehand. But for folks watching the video, one of the fun things about this scenario is that the writer did not shy in from expecting the PCs to maybe not like the person who's kind of overseeing them, and suggest that maybe they might want to get rid of the inspector while planetside. Who knows? But so far, it's only been a kind of tacit, via negligence kind of thing going here.
We didn't want to kill him or anything. We're just putting him in the van.
That's right.
Right.
Where he'll be safe, maybe.
Right, where he's perfectly safe.
I mean,
and away from us.
Maybe I'm here of two minds. One is they'll be safer in the van, or we all are in the facility and then they're also at risk of whatever crap happens. We're playing some casino gambling here.
Fair enough. Okay.
Diversified portfolio.
Yes.
Someone might die.
All right. So down in the long data recorder area, the data room, Amelia turns to Wayland. This could be bad. The storms are particularly harsh. We have a shelter. I would suggest we all make our way there.
Should we not have sent our... Should our guys get out of the van and head to the shelter as well?
Unless they can get to your ship before the storm reaches. But they might be okay inside it. As long as they find the right spot. Yeah.
Is there a garage or something they can get into?
You know what? I think there is. Something like that. Yep, there's a vehicle bay. They can...
Okay.
Oh, it isn't... Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Sorry.
Okay. So we can just signal and say, hey, get to the vehicle bay, add some extra layer of protection for you guys.
Yeah. Yes, you can. Okay. Tanner.
So, should we take shelter or something? How do you deal with this, Violet?
We have a storm shelter down in the basement. We'll make our way there.
Right. Now, your boy never turned up, so where is he? We should get him down there, too.
Yes. No, of course. We'll get everyone down there. She activates the comm. Everyone, storm shelter, please. That's
Violet.
Parks and Marinos.
We're all going to be in this little space together, aren't we?
Hopefully it won't last long.
Right. Is there anything I need to know before we seal ourselves up in this room? Is anything likely to go wrong here? I mean, given the history between you guys.
I wouldn't know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think we have withstood these before. We can do it again.
Okay, let's move.
Good. Okay. So, Wayland, are you doing anything beforehand, or just making your way to the shelter?
I'll radio to Tanner and just say, let's make sure we get a head count as well. Make sure everyone's accounted for.
Right.
Okay.
And I'll follow where the group is leading me to.
Okay. The so on the way, Morgan and Amelia and Danny sort of split off. They have to secure various parts of the facility before making their way into the shelter. Really, don't worry. We've done this plenty of times. We'll all gather there shortly. Violet starts leading Tanner down. You arrive in the storm shelter. The others are already there. Well, Diego has arrived, Marino, and Amelia arrives. Then Violet is with Tanner. Shortly after, Benny and then Morgan arrive. The storm shelter. Let's tell you what you're really kind of in for here.
Right.
It's pretty basic. Benches up against corrugated walls. There's a plastic table down the middle, illuminated by a single ceiling panel. There's a storage cupboard over against the wall. And you make your way to here via a ladder from the basement through the ceiling hatch. Like, this is a pretty heavy duty
It's a bomb shelter.
storm shelter. Yeah, for all intents and purposes. You don't know that it would fully take on a bomb, but apparently it'll handle a sandstorm should it make its way into the facility itself.
So,
Yes.
food, water, power.
And we have all of that in the cupboard there. So we should be fine.
Oh, I don't have a Zoom background. I should have a Zoom background.
Oh, yes. Go ahead and add that. If you're on the web one, it can't be done. But if you're if you have the program, then it can.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I put that.
I have one in the Discord. You can grab it from there.
Okay, I'll grab it from there.
So, the countdown for the expected time for the storm to hit is getting closer and closer. Danny hasn't arrived yet, and
Danny was with me, wasn't he?
he was. But they split off to sort of tie things down, right?
Okay. How much time do we have before the storm hits?
Not long.
I'm saying.
I mean, I won't give you an exact time, but it's a sort of like, you could maybe check the hallway of the basement above you, and maybe like poke your head in a couple of rooms, and then have to like run back.
Okay. We need to make sure Danny was able to batten down the hatches. So let's try and get to where he was supposed to be. I feel like Maybe I should take who was with him batting down the hatches.
No one. Everyone did their own. Has their own job when it comes to this.
Okay.
So they all split off.
Okay.
Do you want both make observation rolls, please?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's see what you got. Nothing for Wayland.
Observation. I've got 0 dice in observation.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It rolled twice.
No, I got that was a manipulation roll, the first one for me.
Oh, it was. Yeah, from before. Okay.
From before.
So I have 0 here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Matt for Tanner.
Do I just press on the?
Yep. Just press observation, and it should prompt you for anything else. Also, nothing. Okay. Do either of one even want to push? You'll gain a stress, but you re-roll any dice that were not 6s.
Yeah, I'll push. Well, let's test this mechanic.
All right. Click push. 1 6. Okay. All right. Well, that's all you need. Tanner, maybe it's having spent a little bit more time with her, but maybe 30 more minutes. But maybe you've got a better read on her. The longer, sort of, it seems like the build-up, while the Merinos do appear concerned, Violet seems to be particularly distraught about Danny's absence.
Mm-hmm. Even though it's not her family member.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have to go. We have to get him wherever he is. To which Morgan says that no, you can't. We have to seal the hatch. The storm's almost here.
We have to make sure that the seals have all been set. Where was Danny gonna be? We'll have to check those seals right now, immediately.
We don't have time. We'll be fine down here, but we can't get up there. This is Morgan explaining this to you.
Tanner, you want to take a search party out there?
Yeah, who's gonna come with me?
I'll be down here to make sure that everyone gets back in. I'm not sealing this until you guys are all back in here, and we have the radios. So if I need you back immediately, we'll recall you. Do this fast. I trust you.
Right.
No one volunteers.
I'm gonna volunteer somebody.
I don't think you understand. We're not going up. No one's going up there.
Looks like you just volunteered.
Yeah. Can I do a rousing speech to get people to volunteer?
I don't know that you're able to do it, though you can influence NPCs mechanically, obviously, and be influenced by them. I'm pretty sure it says that it can't be not in your best interests, but it can't be against your interests of living and and such. You can see that there's obviously tension and concern amongst the Merinos too. Diego and Amelia do not look happy, but they're not stepping forward, and the clock is getting much closer. Violet does run for the hatch and start trying to climb up.
All right, looks like Violet volunteered. Saved your sorry ass. Let's go.
I'm going to put a command out there that we hold till the very last second on letting them in. Like, we need to let them get back in, just to try and keep it, like, because we don't want we don't want one possible death to turn into 3 possible deaths.
Yep, that's our gamble.
So Benny, her son, Violet's son, turns towards you. Well, goes to grab his mother's belt, and he's holding her, trying to stop her from climbing the ladder. And he turns to you and says, "Listen, she just wants to go out there because she's fucking him, okay?"
Okay.
And
she wants to go.
There's a bit of silence among the group. It gets a little awkward for a moment. And then, as then Benny kind of pulls her back down, and Morgan grabs the hatch. So unless you try to stop him, he's gonna, close it up.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to stop Morgan from doing stupid things.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we brought an ex-marine. We're gonna use.
All right. What are you going to do?
Well, he does have close combat.
Okay.
Oh, what rustic architecture we have over here.
Yep. This boy's about to have himself an accident.
All right. Roll close combat.
No, this wall just looks really good right now. Like, sturdy.
Okay. Let me just pull up combat here. Just to make sure we're doing it all aboard. Okay, so we're not doing the initiative yet. Okay, when you attack close combat.
His goal is just to pull him down and get him out of the way, so that Tanner can go out the hatch.
Right, that's the appropriate roll for it. But he is going to attempt to resist you. So you got how many successes? 2. Okay, so he is going to also choose to block to avoid being hit. Okay. We didn't have too much person-on-person combat in Chariot of the Gods, so this is kind of the first real run-through of it. Okay. So your close combat roll is successful. You hit. Now, are you attempting to do... You will do some damage because unless you really want to just, like...
I don't care if I do damage, but that's not his goal. He wants to toss the guy far enough away that he can't, stop them from leaving.
Okay. So, you'll do base damage, which is from your fists. Or we'll check that in a second. And then for every extra 6 you roll, you get to spend it on a stunt.
Okay.
Now, the options you have are an additional point of damage, which can be done multiple times, depending on how many 6s you have. You can outmaneuver them and exchange your initiative score with them, but we haven't drawn for initiative yet, so that might not be desirable. Right. You can knock or pull a weapon or other object from your opponent. You can knock them prone.
That's it.
Or you can pin them in a tight clinch and grapple them.
Nah, knock him prone.
Knock him prone, okay. All right, so he is going to try to block, and he's going to roll, and for each success, he gets to pick an effect. So let's see what happens. Whoop. He's in the way. What did I get? Nothing. One success. Okay. So he's going to spend that to I guess decrease damage. So Tanner has
Strength 5.
strength 5. And okay. Let's get back here. Damage. Close combat. Funny, I think you do roll those. It's probably under weapons and armor, actually. Unarmed attack is damage 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so just that. So he's not going to take any damage, but he is knocked prone.
Perfect. Fine.
You did it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Tanner and I'm gonna say, as soon as any trouble happens, run back here.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go, Violet.
Benny's still holding her.
I don't know where to go, Violet, to save this guy.
She's struggling against her son, but he's...
Someone at least tell him what direction he was.
Well, we don't want to be Morgan, from the ground, as he's pulling himself up again. We don't want to be responsible for him dying. Listen, he's going to make it here in the next 10 seconds, or he's not making it here. And then you start to hear just a faint whistling sound.
A faint whistling sound.
Tanner, I think we've run out of time. We have to close it.
His blood's on your hands, man. Close it.
Been trying to do that. And he gets up and screws the hatch shut.
While he's doing that, I'm going to take Tanner to the side and explain a little bit of the situation as best as I can, as quietly as I can.
Right.
I'm just going to say, these two families have been here for quite a while. There's definitely some bad blood between them.
I'm getting that.
Yeah, and there's some history, and I'll do we have like data pads or something? Anything we could type on?
I think you
I think
do.
that's part of your equipment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not on your sheet, but I do think there was something.
It's like standard equipment or something.
Yeah. Let's.
Some kind of tablet, yeah.
Where is the? Okay, here, officer. Let's go to the archetype and we'll look. Gear. Siegson PDAT or IFF transponder. It's the PDAT. Like personal data pad. So yes, you can have one.
Yeah, I'll quickly open up a notes app or something and type in Parks family killed Marino, was it grandfather?
Danny? No, Danny is.
No, it was someone before.
Oh, right.
It was the history.
Jose.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
I'll put like 20Y parks, and then like EX execute, and then the guy's name, and then I'll immediately delete it because I don't want them to see it.
Okay.
And then I'll just look, and it's like, if like when we get out of this crap, I want to have someone do a full investigation, make sure that the reason Danny didn't get to this shelter was not what I think it might be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you have a little time. You have, to be accurate, you have exactly. Oh, okay. I'm just getting. There we are. Well, it'll be measured in hours. So, both families move to opposite sides of the room. Sit down. Diego and Amelia on one wall. Morgan and Benny on the other wall. Violet moves off to a corner and just sort of sits there, kind of hugging her knees.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do? And it lasts a shift, and a shift can be about 5 to 10 hours. So will, over that period of time, what would your sort of long-term goals be, or do you just want to like try to wait it out?
This is just like Overwatch for Marine. He's gonna sit and stay edgy.
Stay frosty. Okay.
I'll probably sit next to Violet, since she's the one that seems most worried, and then try and calm her down.
Okay. So she's not like particularly calm. I mean, I'm sorry. That's the wrong way to put it. She is not actively trying to do non-calm things, but she's not like together. I mean, she does, to you, accuse Morgan and Benny of killing Danny now because they shut the hatch and stopped her from getting to him and everything. And what he said, what he said it.
What did he say
about Danny? It's true, but I mean, you don't understand. He's a monster.
Who's a monster?
My husband.
Why is that?
Yeah. He's abusive. He's an angry person. He yells. He breaks things. I found solace with Danny, and now I don't know what to do.
Do you know when you guys were doing the batting down the hatches, where was Danny? Where were your other family members? And where were you?
Well, I was with your friend.
Okay.
And everyone else, they just go to make sure doors are shut, windows are down, and the shields behind them are down. You know, like just try to keep the facility as secure as possible.
While we were walking through the building, did I notice any security cameras?
Good question. I'm going to say yes, there are.
Okay.
Now, mind you, they're like, as everything is, the sort of late 70s, early 80s level of technology that we all know and love the alien universe to be.
Yeah.
But they're there. Yeah.
Okay, well, we can verify stuff. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
No.
But I'll say, is there any reason he should have been waylaid? Is there anything that could have caused him to be delayed getting here that you can think of?
Oh. No. I mean,
Thank you.
yeah, nothing like just accident. You know, if he didn't, you know what I mean? Like if he tripped or something like that, or fell, or got hurt.
Yeah.
And then just couldn't make it here.
We'll figure out what happened.
Oh yeah, there'll be a reckoning after this. Believe me.
I'll look to Tanner and just sort of like shake my head, being like, this is fucked up.
And you're stuck here with them for another at least 4 hours.
Yeah, and we can't even verify anything until we get out.
No kidding. All right. So let's say that's kind of in the first hour. I mean, you can tell that they've done this before. They have their ways of sort of biding the time. The added tension of the public revelation of the affair, as well as the missing partner involved in that, has created a little more tension, and they don't seem to be doing things to necessarily kind of keep their mind off of what's going on. There's more just sort of sitting and staring at the other side, and it kind of whispers between them.
I think I'm gonna start asking the Marinos when they last saw Danny.
Diego says that, yeah, well, Amelia says last I saw him was with us, right? We split off to go take care of our things. Diego says, well, I thought I saw him heading up to the this is interesting. Because the maps use the floor plans use European markings. So this is ground floor and first floor.
First floor is one up.
Yeah. I saw him going to the first floor. He said he wanted to get something, and I just told him to hurry up.
Okay. Do you remember what that something was?
No. I assumed something to help pass the time.
That wouldn't make sense to me. Heading up to where? To the first floor, you said?
First floor.
Who was at... Was anyone else on the first floor?
Violet and Tanner were coming down from there. That's where the control deck is.
Okay. We want to find her.
Did we see when we split up? Did Morgan go with Danny to close things up? Was he walking with him?
Okay. So you came from the basement and went to the ground floor. Morgan went off towards his house. You piece it together that there are sort of 4 main structures that make up this part of the building. They are the control block, which is most of the necessary items thing. So the medical station is there. There's a ready room, storage, the control deck itself, a conference room. Then the Marinos have a house. The Parks have a house. And then Danny actually has his own pod. Just kind of off of there.
Okay.
Then the basement is sort of separate from that layout.
Do you have a map that we can use?
For you guys?
Yeah. Or is it just for you? Is it your own eyes only?
No, I think... well, I don't think that's strange to have that there. I think it'd be fine. Let me just look at it here. Yes, I don't believe that there are any spoilers on there.
Okay.
All right, let me find it to reveal it.
Thank you. It will be in handouts. Journal?
I will put it there. Or I'll try to. Hold on.
Do 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 do. I'm trying to get my consulting detective skills to be an asset here. If you ever played that game,
What, Gumshoe?
no, consulting detective. It's a Sherlock Holmes game where you
Right.
have to travel London and ask the right questions in the right place to figure out who got murdered and why, or like who did the murder.
Nice.
And it has a thing at the end where it's like Sherlock Holmes was able to solve this case in 3 movements, and you look at it and you're like, there's no damn way that he was able to discern where to go from this crap.
Fair enough, yeah. Do you see anything on your Foundry screen right now?
It looks black to me.
It looks black.
It does
to
look
me.
black to you, yeah. Okay, so that is because I need to...
To drag us there or something.
I do.
Fog
I
of
need
War.
to... No, it's tokens. I gotta
That's kind of Fog of War.
put them on. Can you see it now?
I can see a
Some-
little bit of it.
A little bit around you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is... Yep, you can move yourself around. No, no.
Field.
It says mini mill field.
Oh.
Okay, let me just adjust your oh, there it is, vision. Vision mode,
Greenhouses.
angle, range enabled, protection, light. Is it a light? There is one that basically reveals the whole thing, and I just need to find that. For those of you at home, you'll get to see how it kind of works as I stumble about Foundry.
Me running around the entire thing looking for...
Yeah. Well, you're sort of opening up bits of it. I just did this the other day. Why won't it do it now?
Oh, there. Okay, that's where the vehicle bay is. So hopefully I can radio the guys in the van and be like, "You guys are still alive, right? We didn't accidentally kill you." Right? Oh God, I hate that.
What? Accidentally
To
killing?
the mines. To the minefield. No, it's okay. The mines are where they get the mines from.
Yeah.
For the minefield.
I mean, this really shouldn't be any different than any other Foundry thing. So the fact that I'm having trouble finding it again is kind of frustrating.
Okay, I found the landing pad.
Good.
And the control block. And Danny's pod. Okay, so that's where Danny's pod is.
All right. Well, now that you're revealing most of it, you both might as well just do
I can't see any of that.
Can't see any of it.
So can you see where my character is? My cursor is? Just put your character over here. If you can.
Why can't Tanner do it?
So like over here. I'm pinging a spot.
I think I'm zoomed in too far.
Okay.
Okay.
How do I fix
Zoom out.
Yeah, just scroll your...
Scroll wheel, sorry.
Yeah, zoom out. Well, that's consulting detective skill for you.
This planet is flat, right? That's what we...
Yes.
I remember that from the Sherlock Holmes TV show that they did, where it was like he doesn't believe in the astrological stuff, like planets and revolving around the sun.
I think I just gave you a new one, Tanner. Did it reveal everything to you?
No.
No? I put see all on.
There.
Update.
Matt, so you can see my character coming towards you, right? Over here?
Yes, no.
Okay, now see where my cursor is going
Yeah.
and follow.
That's funny. I thought I just said it properly for you both, but maybe we need to reboot.
We'll edit this out in post, right?
Yes, I think I might actually clip this little bit here, just for the sake of those watching at home.
So is the shelter that we're currently in the control block?
It's here.
I'm trying to follow where your cursor is, but it's... Oh, God. I don't have any tokens on this.
Nope. I'm going to pull you both onto here. There's Tanner. And there's Wayland.
Mm-hmm.
I am also going to try to make it so that you can see it all.
Can you put us inside the wall? Because right now we're outside the wall.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Detection mode advanced. So you should... Oh, well, maybe I could just try this. Maybe that's the problem. Range in meters, 1,000.
Oh,
update.
My thing is bigger. That's cool.
Your token?
Yeah. My line of sight is bigger.
Aha. Yeah, it's smaller, but I also Oh, there's two whale. What the deuce?
One of my...
Oh. Okay. You know what?
I'm just moving my character. I'm just moving my character around the edges, and I can see the outline. I'm like, why are we in space?
You see now? I put your storm shelter there. Maybe.
Oh, now I could see it for a second.
Gosh. So glad we're not doing this live.
Oh, okay, I see it now. Someone's in there.
It's
and now they're gone.
As you, but
okay.
It's like when they touch it.
I think it's because... Why is it because of this? Why is this just fucking around with me so much?
I mean, this is. I'm gonna use the bathroom for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. What I think one of the problems is that there we are. Okay. Now you should have... That's Wayland.
it's labeled Wayland, but I can move him.
I know you both seem to have access for some reason, but you should be having your own one here. Go in here. There we are. There's Tanner in the storm shelter. Can you see him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's in the storm shelter.
When you click on him, does he give you much more of a view on things, or?
If I move him around, I have line of sight.
All right, that's something. Oh my god. I have different tokens, like 10 tokens for each of you here. They're just scattered all about. I knew this was going to happen.
What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing with it. I'm definitely editing out a chunk of this episode. Good thing it's not live. Live, I'm much better without programs that I'm still learning. Maybe the next one around we'll just play with sheets and dice. You know, I think
Remember
I've
sheets and dice, right?
yeah, I think I've given off enough of a showcase on how the module looks in Foundry and done my diligence as a reviewer for it by showcasing it, and then we'll just have bigger pictures of ourselves on the screen. Okay, well, fuck it. You know what? Since he's at the bathroom, maybe I have time to do this. And since I now know I'm definitely editing out sections.
There's Corbin.
There. Will this work? Yes. Okay. All right. I got a
still
better.
can't see anything.
That's okay. I have a better thing for you. I'm going to make a journal folder called Player Handouts.
Okay.
And it's colored, I don't know, yellow-ish. Oh, now it's black. I don't know why that is. But I open up the art section, and can I drag it in there?
So no one told you that was gonna be this way. Clap, clap, clap. Things are going great.
Can you see the ravine overview?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, completely.
Okay.
That's
I
awesome.
see that now.
So are we in the control block?
You're in the control block, but let me see about getting this accessible for you on your own. It's funny because everyone does this differently. The whole Foundry things. So, oh, no, not what I want. So it, there are similar sections, but not always identical in how they work. And don't know why in Warhammer I was able to drag these things into their own little section. But nevertheless, here we are. Maybe this will do better. Making items. No. Okay, I'm just going to show them to you all through this thing. Now here is the basement. No, that's the cover.
Yeah, that's the cover.
Which is, awesome, but not what I wanted to show you. There we are. Oh, is that why? That's it. Journals were behind there. I clicked the wrong thing.
No worries.
There. Okay.
What?
Here's the basement. You saw the cover again, right?
Just the cover. Nothing has changed.
What
Nothing's
the actual...
changed.
Okay.
Should I close it?
I closed it.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah, now I see it.
All right, cool. So that's the basement. Take a gander. Get a sense of it.
Okay. So
and
he
then-
went.
Mhm.
His stairs would have been towards where the reactor is? Oh, upstairs towards the workshop. From the workshop. Okay. Makes a bit more sense, I think, maybe.
Maybe a bit more. Here, I got an even better idea for your future reference. Okay. And then... Here we are. Okay. So into Discord, I'm going to put each of those maps. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, I duplicated one of them. Didn't I?
That's fine.
I did not. No. There you go. That's going to be much easier to look at. And so, having done a little bit of editing at this point, I just cut a little section out there as we were figuring out maps and stuff. So we are back to the action now that they have their blueprints and layouts. So, where were we?
So we were tracking down where everyone was prior to the lockdown. So we've had, at the very least, that Diego was heading up to his place on the first floor, or he was at least heading up to the first floor. Violet and Tanner were on the first floor and came down.
Danny. Diego.
Or sorry, Diego said Danny was heading up.
Correct.
And then we were trying to figure out where Morgan was.
Yes. As he tells you, he was... He was checking the medical bay to ensure that they were properly stocked with first aid supplies at hand.
And so medical would have been right near where Danny's pod was. If I'm looking at this right, it looks like he would have been across from it. Where was Benny before this? I'm assuming now that we're just sort of asking the questions directly to them.
Yeah. Benny was checking the power systems in the basement.
Okay.
and the heating systems.
Okay. Oh, God. And where were the Marinos? Diego and Amelia.
Diego was checking on their house, and Amelia was,
Oh, she was with me.
yeah,
Right.
and then split off too. Oh,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, she probably
Oh.
took you to the shelter.
Yeah. So the people that we have essentially alibis for would be Violet and Amelia, because they're the ones that we know of. Diego was batting down his family's house.
Mm-hmm.
Benny was in the basement doing what again?
He was checking on the power systems and heating systems.
Okay, and then Morgan was in medical, which is right across from Danny's bachelor pad.
Correct.
I'm gonna definitely get my pad out, type this all out, share it with Tanner, and be like, medical's right across from a bachelor pad.
Mm-hmm.
You think what I'm thinking?
Doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But maybe this is all much ado about nothing. Maybe Danny's just waiting it out upstairs in his pod because he couldn't make it. And maybe the sand won't penetrate into the buildings. And, we can all sort this out.
That's a lot of maybes that you're...
It's a lot of maybes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we could be finding not a good thing in the basement, or sorry, not in the basement, over by medical right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, so at the end of this, do we want to tie people up and go check it out ourselves?
Tie people up.
I don't think we can, but I do think we should check things out. Just for the mission, of course.
Well, of course.
Is there anything I can check with the long data recorder here, or does it really need to be just delivered to the ship?
Yeah, the latter.
Okay. I think that's all we can glean at the moment, unless you have an idea, Tanner.
I don't know. Now I feel like we can't trust these people, and that's a problem for me.
Not you. I know you get off on not trusting people, Waylon, but me, it just doesn't work for me.
I'm thinking. I'm me as so out of character. I'm thinking, like, these people are on their own. They're probably going to kill each other off by the time the UN gets here anyway, so we can just let that happen. But
take off. No nuking. Let them do it themselves.
Yeah, but I'm also like trying to get my head into Waylon's mind, and he'd probably be like, "If we can solve this, it'll look good on our report." Kind of.
It would look good on your report, right?
Yeah. And so I think
they were all dead when we got here.
Yeah, no,
right.
It's at this stage, it definitely, like, we don't even know if we have a body yet, so I feel like we have to wait. But double checking, the only other person I can think of who might notice anything weird would be Benny. I do kind of want to search Morgan just in case.
Searching? Okay. Yeah.
Like, I don't think if there's anything on him that is like incriminating evidence or anything like that, I just want to like. I don't know how to do that though right now, because it's like we're all in this room and it's just suddenly like, hey, we don't trust that you didn't like use some medical stuff and chloroform Danny right before he came here.
Valid concerns, and it's a difficult subject to broach.
So it was Morgan who was up closest to Danny at the time. Is that what we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least I threw the right guy down.
Well, I guess so. I want to like keep an eye on Morgan a bit and see if he's doing anything like if he's like scratching or fidgeting with something that doesn't make sense for him to be fidgeting with. Anything?
Okay. Not really. He and Benny start playing cards. Looks like gin. If either of your characters does know how to play it. Meanwhile, he keeps kind of looking up at Violet in the corner, just with a... It's hard to really read the expression on his face. It's... I guess resignation is probably the best you can glean off it. It doesn't look like he's angry. It doesn't look like he's outright sad. He's just kind of, yeah. He's horsing it.
Yeah. Can Tanner tell if he has any like marks on his hands or anything?
Make an observation roll.
Make an observation roll. Yeah, well, you say it like it's so easy, but my guy sucks at that. But we'll give it a shot.
Yes, he does. Is it worth it to you to push?
Sure, let's push our luck.
Yeah, you got a success and then added another stress die. Hooray! Out of place. His hands look very, weathered. He's middle-aged. He's been working in the mining colony all his life, possibly. And you can see like nicks and old scars and things like that. Some places where the skin's a bit kind of lighter from having healed over. But yeah, nothing fresh. So like he didn't,
Right. So any marks he has on him are the ones that I put there, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's those two.
Okay.
That would be the clever answer from the Sierra adventure game response.
Does Benny look like he's beaten up in any way that he's trying to hide?
Oh, well, you make an observation roll on that too.
Yeah.
A success.
Yeah.
No. Nothing that sticks out to you. No. Now, the alien doesn't suggest making tons and tons of rolls. However, am only doing it in this case because you're kind of looking for very key things on individual people. So that's why, in this case, observation roll. I'm sure in part it's because the more you roll, the better chances you have of building up your stress.
Right.
And, there's no use really losing it over being unable to unlock to pick a door or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, in this case, due to the circumstances, I don't think it's entirely out of place, both to make the roll and also for it to generate some stress. So, okay, so yeah, that's what you see.
Okay. We're very paranoid here.
Should you
Okay.
not be?
I think we should, yeah.
Well,
I think
I'm the one with the gun, so
You're the one with the like giant smart gun. You're just kind of like hoisted
I'm the-
over your shoulder.
I'm the guy with the pistol. I have a pistol.
Yes.
right. Yeah. I mean, in those terms, I don't think we have anything to worry about from these people. But if I mean, we are here. We're supposed to be the good guys. We are here on a mission, and so we shouldn't just like go straight for throwing down.
Are we really the good guys? I
Well,
mean,
It's kind of open. It's
come on, you're supposed
sandboxy.
to be officer material.
I'm not deluded in thinking that we're the good guys. I don't know, but I think God, I mean, I would say like we need to just wait and see what happened.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do feel like I might tap you and say, listen, maybe you need to get into like, how direct do we want to be about this? Just to, because we're not sure. It could just be in our minds, but we could also like, I don't know, maybe for safety's sake, maybe like bump in. Like, I guess you can't really bump into him. We're in a small room, but like, how's your pickpocketing? Can you like?
Can you get
It
inside their
mostly
jumpsuits?
consists of knocking people out and putting my hands in their pockets.
I mean, at some point when you knocked him onto the ground, I was gonna say we should just like rifle through his stuff, see if he's well or something. I don't know.
Point of order: knocked onto the ground, not knocked unconscious on the ground.
Yeah, fair. I'm just saying.
Well, let's just wait this out and then head back upstairs and we find what we find. And I want to see the look on his face when we find it.
Okay.
Okay.
I got nowhere else to be.
So, hours pass.
Yeah.
And-
Don't forget, Matt, for Tanner to look at your signature item for a little bit.
Right.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
playing with his silver dollar,
All right.
thinking about some of the other long nights that he spent playing
So-
with the silver dollar.
So bump that stress down.
Oh,
good-
is that what
good
I get to do? Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was saying you should do it, because I knew I would need my letter of recommendation to keep me sane for a bit.
So you just take it out and read it over. I am good
I'm a
enough.
good boy.
I am good enough.
Good,
I can do this.
Right.
Their faith in me is not misplaced. Okay.
Good enough. I'm smart enough. And
Yes.
gosh darn it, people like me.
They
Exactly.
really like me.
Getting a mix of Sally Field and what was the character's
Stuart
name again?
Smalley.
Yeah, Stuart Smalley. There you go. Okay. After So after a few more hours, it does seem like it should be passed by now. They're able to kind of, I guess must be some sort of camera down here to the outside, which is not in great shape.
Oh, so we only have access to like what's right in front of us. We don't have access to like the entire camera system.
No, not from down here.
Okay. Me going through my notes trying to find that little hint that we missed. Okay.
Well, I think it's past. The sounds have died down enough. That the sort of howling and so forth that evidently even makes its way into the basement has abated a little.
Okay. You mentioned insects or bugs or something.
Every now and then there's a... Wait, to who? Who are you asking?
I was asking like they're in the storms or something. That was the thing.
Okay. And so we don't know if sometimes it's a storm, sometimes it's a swarm. We weren't going to be positive until it hit.
Okay.
It did look like it was going to be a sandstorm, so the usual defenses wouldn't have needed to activate.
Okay. So I'm just going to be safe and have my gun out as an FYI.
All right.
And let's check it out after the, like, it's a safe amount of time. We'll check it out.
Okay. You leading the way?
Oh, Tanner.
Well, I think Morgan should lead the way. He'd be on a leash if it were up to me, but I mean, you know.
He frowns, reaches up for the hatch. Huh. It's stuck.
Something heavy on top of it?
Something, yeah. And then he gives it a firm push, and as he opens it, water starts gushing into the shelter.
Close it.
Take a stress level.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Water. Fuck.
But he does let go, and it slams shut, and the water stops. They kind of look around at each other. That must have been a strong storm. Do you think... Oh, God. Do you think the water tanks were breached?
Well, it wasn't a rainstorm, so yeah. Otherwise, where did the water come from? We got to open that hatch now because we won't be able to soon.
Hold on. Radio in. Do my comms work with the guys in the van?
No.
Okay. I'm suiting. I'm in my suit. I'm gonna put the helmet on,
Okay.
And does my comm work with Tanner for the moment?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go out there, check what's going on, check the radio. If you don't hear back from me immediately, like if this is like a comm dead spot, I'll try and swim up, see what we got to deal with.
Okay.
And if you hear a bang from the outside, it means it's safe for you guys to swim out.
Okay.
Give me 15. Or, well, I guess give me 10. 10 or something.
No, don't wait that long. Actually,
Yeah.
5. More like 2.
5.
Let's say 2.
Why don't
Okay.
you come with me?
Yeah, why don't you guys all come with me?
All right.
Okay, let's get out.
Okay, so you push it open. Water starts flooding in. But not to a full point because you're able to sort of pull yourself through. And then the weight of the water slams the hatch shut again.
Okay.
What?
Can I see where the water's coming from?
No. But once you stand, thankfully the basement is not itself completely submerged, but it's flooded to about a meter in height.
Okay. Okay. I'll hit the door a couple times and say we got to get going over the comms as well if he hears me.
Okay.
All right, people, everybody up. We got to get out of here. We're drowned rats.
Okay. The it's a bit of it's a bit tense, and as everyone kind of pushes their way out, but with enough of a shove, everyone gets clear and gets above water. Hold on, I know where to do this. So now you're in the basement, the lot of you, and the hold on. Oh, there we are. Where am I gonna find that?
Okay. I think we should get up to the ground floor. Immediately go to Danny's pod, check to see if he's all right, and
Agreed.
And figure out, and then whoever can go outside at the moment, check to verify that the water tanks are what are flooded.
Okay. You can both make observation rolls.
Okay. We have a problem though because the reactor stuff is all downstairs where all the water is, right?
That is true. And what are we going here?
How's your heavy machinery?
Let's see. 0d6.
Okay, so I have to do that.
What we need to do is we need to stop the water from flooding in here. That's what we really need to work on, I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the people who live here know how to do that.
That is true. Well, it's actually relatively dark down here on the subject of power.
Do we have any?
And you have flashlights right now. But, they only work as much as they can. They're pretty powerful, but yeah, you can't see much. Trouble lighting is like the best you can really hope for.
Mm-hmm.
You need first we need pumps going or some sort of emergency. Otherwise, we have to abandon.
Yeah, we got to turn these people loose on fixing this place, and I guess pitch in ourselves. Out of character, I also need to get myself my laptop cord because I'm at 14%.
Okay.
So I'll be back shortly.
Go do that.
If I try the radio again right now, do I have no access?
Nope. No one's picking up.
Oh god, they're dead.
What? Okay, did you make your observation roll?
Oh, 1 sec. Ah, damn it. I'll push it.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So as you're sort of scanning about with flashlights and everyone's kind of moving about, your flashlight comes across some ripples on the surface of the water that are moving about. Like kind of sort of thing.
Okay. I'm gonna dive and check.
Okay. Let me find this thing. Nope. That's weird. Sorry, I'm just trying to find one thing. I don't like that I can't. Huh.
What's up?
He saw some ripples on top of the water, and I'm trying to find a bit of information for him. Ah. Here we are. Okay.
Ripple.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, well, when you dive below and shine your flashlight in front, it's hard. It's not hard to describe it. It's not big. but it's not small either. And one might say, if they had time to really analyze this thing, that it looks kind of like a cross between a cobra and a giant centipede,
Dope.
swimming in the water.
Okay, I'm going to jump back out of the water, get up to the first ground floor, and say, there is a fucking giant centipede in the freaking water. What the hell are you guys doing down there?
Well, as soon as you start running and yelling,
There are 100 giant centipedes.
the rest of the group, when they hear centipede, like leggy snakes, God, and everyone starts running and kind of trying to push their way up the stairs to the ground floor, which is not flooded.
Good. The water's not coming down the staircase, is it?
Down the basement staircase.
Yeah, where is the water coming from? Yeah.
Is it flowing from the ground floor, or is it rising up?
No. It's coming from the ground floor. Like, it's wet here, and you can see that it's the trickle is it's reduced itself to a bit of a trickle. So you're kind of splashing in like very shallow, like less than an inch
Puddles. Yeah.
puddles. But up here, it's the same as down there. It's dark. There's a reddish hue coming through cast by the light out from outside, but isn't any artificial light from the.
Okay. I think we should get outside.
Okay.
But also, I want to double check that if Danny's alive, or if there's a dead body in Danny's bachelor pad.
I'll go check.
Yeah, you go check. I'm gonna get everyone outside. We're evacuating now.
Oh, okay.
I will look through the window before I open the door.
Okay. Violet wants to go to try to find Danny as well.
Okay, Tanner, take Violet.
Yep.
So, looking out the window, you did say that window, right? Not cracking the door?
Yeah, window.
This was for only being a short one, this was a particularly devastating storm. From where you are, you can see the water tanks have collapsed and, in fact, smashed into the park's house, which must be where the water started running into the building from. What else? Well, you might have an explanation as to why you're not getting some people on comms. The vehicle bay is collapsed.
Go.
With one wall taken out completely, and you can in fact see a tractor lying on its side through there, a tire completely shredded. Where you saw the comms array before, the aerial is just dangling over the edge of the cliff, held up by cables. Windmills bent and broken, some parts even missing entirely. But a number of them actually do still stand. So you know, silver lining, you could maybe get those operational.
The comms?
The windmills.
The windmills.
I mean, maybe you could get the comms operational, but you got to pull the aerial back up over the.
Yeah, I'm taking one step at a time right now. I think first thing I'm gonna say is to everyone right now. Let's get to the vehicle bay, double check to see if there are any survivors from our crew, and if we can somehow get the vehicle's comm so that we can contact the ship. Because I remember we could contact the ship through the vehicle, right?
Yep.
Okay.
There was a radio to it.
But our comms aren't radios. We can't.
No, your comms would be able to reach the ship, but you can't pick up the ship.
Okay.
Looking up, it's really hard to see much of the sky. It's possible the sandstorm is kind of elevated,
Yeah.
and that might be causing some interference.
I'll look to the experts here and say, if the sandstorm's elevated, does it mean it's going away, or is it possible it's going to collapse on top of us as soon as we go outside?
No, in our experience, it's passed over us.
Okay, good.
But they're unpredictable, so you never know what could happen.
Okay. So we don't need the vehicle bay, but we should still look for survivors. And I'm gonna say let's get going. Let's see what we can scavenge. Keep on your toes.
Okay. All right. Back to over to Tanner and Violet.
Okay.
So you're heading to Danny's pod, or?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we said. That's the first place to check, and so.
Okay.
Violet, I think you should let me go first.
Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Just in case.
And he's perfectly fine and drinking mimosas and not dead at all.
What kept you? Yeah. So, is the door locked? Do I have to do anything to open it, or?
No, you can get it open.
All right.
So the pod, when you open it, opens into a living room. It's kind of a mess. There are clothes around, books around, just stuff scattered all over.
Like someone tossed the place?
Like someone lives in the place and doesn't particularly care.
Okay.
You can see the door leading to the outside, the stairs that go to the next level. There's a smaller door on the left wall.
Danny Marino, you in here?
No answer.
All right. Tanner will go and open the smaller door. Maybe he's holed up inside here for protection or something.
Stores. So he's got food and, other related things.
Okay. Tanner will take a granola bar and keep looking.
Okay. There's the door that on the far wall that looks like it leads outside. It looks kind of front door-y. And then there's stairs that go up.
All right. I think he'll retreat back to the main door that they came through, and have Violet, come in. He's not in here so far.
No, this looks A lot like it.
All right. Well, keep poking around, exploring until something interesting happens.
Okay. Yeah, she sort of like half-heartedly pokes around. Then she opens the front door and screams. Just grabs her head. Oh my God! Oh, Danny!
Oh, he got locked outside. That
God
means
damn
there's
it.
not going to be anything left of him.
You want to go check?
Sure.
Then he's not in good shape.
Does he just need Weetabix? Like, just...
I don't know. Does that help you with having been scoured by dust and flayed by sand?
I don't know. This is your fantasy world that we're...
No, this is Free League's fantasy world that we're living
Yes.
in. Free League Publishing publishes Alien, the role
Got
playing
the
game.
clip right there.
Yeah, there you go. There's the shout out. Yeah, the sand and dust has. You can see he's still got the coveralls, though they're a bit worse for the wear. But it does look like Danny, and he is like just skin torn to shreds, with a particularly bloody mess on the side of his head.
Like somebody clubbed him and tossed him outside.
Do you have medical aid?
Oh, of course not.
No, of
let me
course
look.
not.
Let me look.
You can still
Nope.
roll, but
I've got medical.
you're somewhere else.
Major medical. Yeah, all right, I'll roll medical aid. Let's see. Roll stress. What does that mean?
Ah, okay. So,
His brain falls out in my lap.
yeah, I think you can click on roll stress because basically you rolled a 1 on the stress die, which means that you might start like freaking out yourself.
So, there's stress.
Yeah.
You need to import the panic table.
Really?
That's what it says.
Oh, no wonder there's some stuff like that. Okay, hold on.
This is the story of a girl. Cried a river and drowned the whole world. Or just our storm cellar.
Oh, you just booted us, I think.
Okay, you'll have to rejoin because I had to reboot to sort of re-import stuff.
I think I might have auto rejoined. Can you see me saying hi?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it thinks that my password is invalid.
Well, that shouldn't be.
Maybe you have my password.
Okay, well, roll stress is now blinking for me, so maybe that means you can do it.
Only if I can get into
Right.
yeah. All right, one more second.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure I'm getting the password. Which you DM'd me. So. Yeah. Invalid password.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so I just put the password in again, so try it now.
Okay. Okay, roll stress.
There. Yep. I hope that works now. I didn't mean to
It
deactivate
says
it.
when I click stress, it says you need to import the battle table.
Okay. Fine.
No need to panic.
No. No, not at all.
It is unavoidable.
Okay. Try it.
I'll
now.
need to sign off at midnight, by the way.
That's okay. We were gonna wrap after this this roll. Can you do it now?
It's giving me the
Hello, everyone. Simon here. Just wanted to cut in for a second to let you know that there were a couple of technical problems that came up at the end of the episode, mainly with regards to things being loaded into Foundry. So, due to the hour and due to the fact that there have been a couple of them that episode, we decided to cut it short, but as part one of part two. Now, part two is just as long, and I was originally going to combine them as two videos, but that makes it like 3 hours, and I think you'd probably rather watch smaller segments. So, this is me saying that was part one of the episode, and part two will be beginning now. I'm also going to put this at the beginning of the other episode. So, without further ado, The Lost Worlds.